Hello, my loves, and welcome to another creative storytelling. With that said, let us get on with it, shall we? I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm going to set out a past, present, and future, and then we're going to clarify in there and see what story wants to unfold. So in the past, someone was not in the best place. This could literally be due to a form of location, like not in the best physical location, especially if someone had a kid. Maybe it's a bad neighborhood, stressing, worry about whenever someone goes out, or just, the neighborhood going downhill. However, in the present moment, it feels like someone is working on changing that, working towards being able to pull themselves into a better place. This could even be literally working hard to raise up some money to relocate, move to a better neighborhood, even. In the future, this could be something about, like, say, if someone's a renter, this could be something where, like, the person that they rent from doesn't want them to leave, or worried if they're going to make it difficult, or this is like maybe even difficulty getting a deposit back or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Tell me about that child card. Mm. This could even be someone scared to do something different that goes outside the box, step outside their comfort zone, go in a new direction. The bad health could also be seen as a form of stress. The child card could also be seen as a bit of the fool, doing something new within that community. This is going somewhere, doing something which is all combined as a form of stepping outside of one's comfort zone. Someone doesn't like attention or someone has social anxiety, right? And they want to do something. Maybe it's in a career stance. And it would pertain to them actually stepping outside in their, I want to say in their field, stepping outside their field or stepping again outside their comfort zone. Maybe someone's a little bit shy. This is like shy and anxious or social anxiety. But at the same token, wanting to do something different, do something new. But it would take them stepping outside of their comfort zone, facing those anxieties, that fear that holds one back, especially if this is in regards to like some form of career dynamic, taking a chance on themselves. Or this could even be wanting to do something, but not sure how other people would take it, especially if it's in regards to a career. Well, everyone else does this or everyone else does that. Maybe someone wants to work from home, the career in the family room, right? Or what would people say? What would people do? How would they react? How would they respond? It's like, well, who cares? All right, let's see. Someone made a decision to go in a specific direction, walk down a specific path. Someone could have been worried about the thoughts and opinions of others, though, in pursuant to this thing. But that ultimately comes to a change, comes to an end. Someone could be changing their own neighborhood. Six of Swords under the deck, as I said that. Tell me about the Child card. Magician, manifestation. Someone who wants to do something, wants to create something. King of Pentacles, Midas touch. This is in regards to a form of career stance. Page of Pentacles, wanting to take that first step. So in the past, someone, they know what they wanted to do. It could be something that's a bit different. Wanting to do something in regards to a form of career path, but how to go about things, or again, how would other people respond? Tell me about the bad health, the Sun card. Five of Pentacles. This is like needing to leave behind something in order to take action to pursue this type of thing. If someone had fears or anxieties, whether it was based upon the thoughts and opinions of others, or just stepping outside of one's comfort zone, or what if I'm not good enough, or what if it doesn't work, or what if, it's needing to cut out negative thoughts regardless. The Two of Swords, it's mental energy, that bad health. It gives a form of Nine of Swords type energy, anxious and anxiety. To the Five of Pentacles, needing to leave that behind. There was something originally holding them back, in which case there was a need to, cut that shit out and, focus on instead of focusing on the what ifs, focus on, but what the good part of it, right? Instead of focusing on the negative, where it's like, well, what if I fail? Or what if other people don't like it? Or this, that, the other? Or what if you succeed? And what if everyone loves it? Whatever that is. Five of Cups. Ace of Cups. Page of Swords. Someone could have been worried about being a form of disappointment, or again, having other people look down upon them, think negatively about them, until someone realized, why am I going to worry about that? Are these people's thoughts, their opinions going to pay your bills? No, right? So it's like we got to cut that shit out. At the same, some people, they hold themselves back from things in life because they're so worried about everyone else, their thoughts, their opinions, and meeting their expectations. Meanwhile, how's that working for you, right? Five of Cups to the Six of Cups. Eventually, you have to say, why am I gonna put my life on hold? It's time to, what about my happiness, right? The Ace of Cups. Sometimes you have to learn how to put yourself first, your wants, your needs. All right, tell me about the family room. For now, in the present moment, slow and steady wins the race, making progress. Wow. So, there's a sense of progress to the approach. Whatever direction our character has been stepping in, whatever actions they have been taking, they've been making slow and steady progress. This is someone who, they're not in a rush. They're more so focused on their long term. This is someone who moves with intent. And the more that they focus on doing what feels right to them, kind of listening to their heart, uh, it's like letting their internal compass lead the way, the more fulfilled they are, the more confident they are in regards to the path that they are proceeding as well. They're making progress. This may have been a long road, a long progress in the making. Notice the Two of Wands to the pathway, which is like Two of Wands energy here too. This is someone who enjoys whatever it is that they are doing now. Even if they're not exactly where they want to be, they know they're on the road there. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Wow, things are picking up pace. 3 nights so far. Things could be actually be starting to pick up in regards to this person's career. This feels like someone who is doing something that they love. Someone chose the path less traveled, which entails doing something that they actually love. And now things could be actually picking up. Hmm. Although it does feel like there are others who would like to see them fail. Knight of Swords under the deck. I saw that before and now I see it again. These could be bitter people who our main character is perhaps not talking to. I feel like our main character is just mainly focusing on their thing, whatever it is that they're doing. Things picking up. Um, Although it does feel like there could be, some people on the outside. 555, as our main character is going through a form of change, um, all due to the fact that they chose to take the path less traveled. Excuse me, see true. There could be people along the way who feel left behind or feel bitter or who just don't want to see this person succeed or do well in whatever this is, especially if they're doing something that's different that goes outside, you know, the social norm. Tell me more about the unexpected income. The devil, Eight of Cups. Ooh, the Empress. Why does this feel like people gonna be feeling type of way? Because it feels like our main character, there's that Queen of Wands again. They're about to have a lot of good going on, especially when it comes into their career. However, whoever they were worried about, whether this was people who just tend to cast judgment or, naysayers, negative Nellies, people who don't want you to see your full potential, or people who they got nothing going on for themselves. And how dare you think about trying to, aspire to be anything more than we are? Our main character is moving on from a past story, from a past setting. There's change going on within their life. It's all because they chose to take the road less traveled. There could be an unexpected surprise, an unexpected turnaround when it comes to their career. A lot of growths, a lot of expansion, a lot of abundance, whatever that is, whatever their career is. Feels like something that's a bit different. It doesn't align within uh, the social norms. I mean, what's social norm anymore? These days, social norms have expanded, but some people hold themselves to like that tight knit box from ever so long ago, right? All right. Just tell me about the near future. I feel like our main character could have such a positive turnaround going on where it's almost like a resurgence type of energy. These people, whoever they are, the social group or whatever, they could try to make a resurgence. I'm hearing this. Look at me now. Look at me now. It's like, look at me now. Oh yeah, shit. Now we see. It's almost like people mad at themselves, especially if anyone basically mocked mocked or talked down upon or talked ill of, especially if, our main character goes and decides to take the road less traveled. And then you have these other people who like talk it down and talk shit, right? Only for it to backfire. And now they're sitting watching. It's like people who try to keep up with what this person's doing. It's given the type of energy that if they didn't talk about this person, they wouldn't have anything to talk about. It's the type of people who they have nothing better going on for themselves in their lives, so they have nothing better to do than talk about everyone else, everyone and everything else. But meanwhile, if they had anything interesting going on in their life, then. But if they try to just bring up anything from their life when there's nothing going on, no one would be interested. That's what it gives. Wow. Ooh, elevating. So it feels like our main character, there's a form of elevation, indeed, could even be, pulling in new energies into their life, could be a main one specifically. Feels like our main character in the near future, there's a form of a huge sense of wish fulfillment between career and connection, could even make a connection through the career. And it's all because, again, I was talking about the Fool card before. Here's the Fool here, taking that risk, listening to that sense of inner compass, that divine guidance, temperance. Talking about that main male. Death card. There could be a specific person or people in general from the past. It's coming through and the cards are doubling down on it. Six of Cups. This is people contemplating, people who with whom our main character has not spoken to in ages even, or so it would seem, so it would feel. Four of Swords, Two of Pentacles to the Death card. And you notice this Four of Swords. It's like closing the book. People who they with whom they close the book off. Could be a specific person as well. It's hearing from the past trying to make some form of resurgence. Could even be, people or a person who literally switched up on them. Again, Seven of Pentacles wanted to show itself. Oop, now it wanted to jump out. Again, someone who they haven't spoken to in a long time. Talking about the adjudication. Seven of Pentacles came out again. I fucking love it. When a card wants to come out, it comes out. Nine of Cups. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles, the Fool card. Now, someone from the past, or people in general from the past, could try to work their way back in, weasel their way back in, especially if they hear or see some way, shape, or how, someone's doing pretty good for themselves, especially when it comes to their career, right? But it's for selfish reasons. It's like wanting a piece of the pie, wanting to sit at the table. Think of Little Red Hen type of energy, right? The little red hen, she wanted to make bread. She asked if anyone wanted to help. She would ask multiple times because she literally grew all the ingredients, took all them down, did what she needed to prep them and make the thing. And every single time, no one wanted to help. They just wanted to laugh and mock. Oh my God, that literally is everything that just came out here. And then once everything was said and done and the bread was cooked and it was in the window and they could smell the aroma. Oh, hey, what's up? Well, I'll help you with that. No, the fuck you won't. Well, you take me for some sort of fool? I feel like our main character is going to instinctually know and move on. They are pulling in better energies, more likely, more deserving energies to sit at their table at a time that there's some form of change within their life, really good things going on. At the same token, by the time they hear back from the past, they'll be speaking to a different version. It's like, yeah, no. What's that? Look what you made me do, Taylor Swift. Taylor can't come to the phone anymore. Why? Oh, because she's dead. Our main character might not even answer the phone. If someone calls or texts or drops by, not answer the door. But it feels like we have a main character who ultimately has chosen to take the path less traveled. And whereas people could have mocked, talked shit, all of it, or negated them, talked them down, whatever. This is almost like you'll see, you'll regret all that because our main character is going to have such a positive turnaround, all because they took the road less traveled, right? Where it changes their life, their circumstances. And at the same token, it also aligns them with people who are actually deserving to have a seat at the table. Could even just be one particular person. At the same token, these other people from the past, they're still watching and or getting word of something is what that feels like. They're finding a way to keep tabs or, they're wanting a piece of the pie regardless. Some way, shape, or how. They're either hearing through the grapevine or seeing it because they're still within the same surrounding area, whatever, right? And there's multitudes of ways. They might try to work their way back in to play off of a form of naivety with that Fool card. See if our main character is naive enough to, in fact, let them back in. right? But I don't feel like our main character is going to do such. I feel like our main character is literally, they're not going to answer the phone, they're not going to answer the door, they're not going to answer the text, the email, the message, whatever. However they try to interact, they're just not doing it. So, I don't know, but I like it. It's a nice story. It is. It ended up being like a little Red Hen story. So, with that said, my loves, I'm gonna leave it there. That is your story.